What was the reason behind the mid-century, and years prior, fad of putting food items into gelatin that did not belong there? Powdered gelatin had just hit the market, and so aspic, thr dish you are describing, was a status symbol. It meant that you knew about gelatin, had cute bunt dishes, and owned a refrigerator. It was new and exciting. A way to impress people if you were entertaining. Sure, Doris down the street might make a decent salad, but hers wasn't encased in gelatin and decorated with random vegetables and olives, and somehow he's whiz cause why not? Mind you, also color photography was also becoming widespread, and cookbooks wanted things that looked bright and colorful to publish. Drab-looking dishes might taste good, but they don't look good, and it's not helping them show off this new innovation. It was an ugly time. Still suffer from flashbacks of fruit cocktail in cherry jello. You don't want to know. Everyone is talking about new and exciting. It was preservation. Gelatin is really dense and bacteria accumulates in the presence of air and water in non-refrigerated environments. You could drop raw beef and uncooked onions into a gelatin mold and put beef and onion aspic casserole in the fridge and it would last weeks. It was an innovation, something different. It doesn't have to make sense. It's a fad. They put everything into bread already. This was a new medium. I wonder if there is any connection to how modern plastics influence industrial design? The Jell-O fad aligns with the wild experimentation with organic, curvilinear shapes and space-age designs that you started seeing in furniture and other industrial design. Jelly molds that did the same to your food presentation would be well aligned to that. Just so you know, it's still done. Just last summer I had cranberry jello with crushed pineapple, nuts, and other things I can't remember. I love fruit in jello. Gelatin had been a rich people food until they figured out how to make it at scale. Everyone wanted to eat what rich people eat, and then it just became a massive trend. Probably supply and demand to a degree. Certainly a lot of grim food items came out of times of scarcity. Look up some of the recipes from America's Great Depression, or if you prefer, look up B. Dylan Hollis on YouTube or TikTok. Dylan goes through a bunch of old recipes and cookbooks for his channels. It's pretty great, and he's done a cookbook of the best recipes he's found with a couple of the worst for fun. I recommend the trench cake, hardtack, peanut butter onions, Econo meatloaf, prune whip, potato donuts, potato candy, and the ground pork fruit cake videos, among so many other great ones. https://www.tiktok.com/@historidame/7273823432225838814. Nobody had thought of doing it with a stapler yet. I never heard of that. All I know is they put alcohol in jello now. You can argue if that should be there or not. To see what people would put up with for fear of being called communist bored housewives. Chase the coloreds away. Just kidding. But it was a white person thing. Instant jello was new. Considering that gelatin is made from boiled pig cattle hooves, you could argue that adding a lot of sugar and fruit is what doesn't belong in jello. I got a new Betty Crocker 1969 cookbook and a bun pan. Hit me with all your cursed gelatin salads. TIL, Americans had their own version of Golodettes.